Most of you can take a guess on what is in my hand. That's right, it's a fishing rod. This one exactly is an ice fishing rod used for ice fishing, not in a boat, due to the size of it. Fishing rods are tools used to catch fish. They come in all sorts of sizes and different actions. A fishing rod to most is, well, just a fishing rod and nothing more than that. But to me, it's much more. Fishing is a sport that has a strong culture behind it and a very widespread discourse community. Fishing also has a very broad culture. It can be as simple as a hobby or a sport, or it can be commercial or industrial, and even something to put food on the table for your family. Fishing has gone back to the beginning of human life, where they would catch fish to put food on the table, and that was that. In my speech, I am going to focus on fishing in the area that I'm most familiar with, that being Minnesota. Minnesota has a very rich fishing history. According to Minnesota DNR, the state is currently home to 160 different species of fish, 141 being native to our state. That being said, the state is full of fish, which makes fishing a very popular thing to do amongst many people. Fishing has played a huge role in my life. It is something that I see as more than just a hobby. It's a passion of mine. I was first introduced at a young age by my grandfather, and he has taught me everything I know today. To this day, he is still my favorite person to fish with. While I do everything from fishing for fun with friends and family to fishing big tournaments for cash prizes, I also have incorporated fishing into my work life, being involved in fishing sales. I've seen and learned the culture about fishing from my grandpa and his stories about when he was a kid to today's time and how things have changed over the years. Fishing isn't always just something to do. It gets me through a lot of hard times, as I think it does with a lot of other people as well. It allows me to forget everything going on in life and focus on catching fish. It kind of takes away the negatives from your life. I think that is true for many people. Fishing doesn't always have to be serious. There's a time where you can go out and have fun with friends and family and forget all about the negatives going on in the world. Fishing also puts you outdoors, enjoying what God has given us, rather than being cooped up indoors. In conclusion, you can see how fishing has impacted my life and how big of a role it plays in my life. Fishing is not just a hobby, it's so much more to me than that. First, in my speech, I went over my artifact, that is my fishing rod, and really what a fishing rod means to me. Secondly, I explained how I incorporated fishing into my life and how it made such an impact on my life. And then lastly, I went over how fishing can actually be a big influence on somebody's life and really just make you a more positive person. You guys have seen how fishing has impacted my life, so now I want you guys to pick up a fishing rod and go give it a try and be outdoors.